Hello, if you are a subscriber, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome to the family. My name is Pastor Tarrance King Jr., and let's talk about financial pressure because financial pressure can make people feel helpless. You know how it is, bills piling up, bank account is low, trying to provide for your family, trying to stay strong while secretly you're just stressing. And sometimes financial pressure, it doesn't just affect your wallet. It can affect your mind, your peace, your sleep, your confidence, right? And some people watching right now are smiling publicly, but privately, you are overwhelmed. You're praying, but still worried, trusting God, but still anxious, trying to stay faithful while pressure keeps building up. And today, I want to remind you of something important. God sees you, not just your worship, not just your church attendance. That's good. Not just your smile, but God sees the pressure too. He sees the stress you don't even talk about. He sees the tears you cry privately. He sees the nights you stayed awake trying to figure out how are things going to work out. And one thing financial pressure it teaches people is how quickly fear tries to take over. Because when money gets tight, fear gets loud. Fear starts whispering, what if things never change? What if I lose everything? What if I fail? What if God doesn't come through? And honestly, financial pressure can make people feel forgotten, especially when trying your best. You're working hard, you're praying hard, trying to stay faithful, but pressure still shows up anyway. And one thing I had to learn is this, y'all come close. Pressure does not mean God abandoned you. Some of the strongest people in the Bible went through a season of lack. Elijah experienced lack. The widow in the Bible experienced lack. The Israelites experienced lack. And even the disciples experienced moments where they didn't know how things were going to work out. But over and over again, God proved himself faithful. And somebody watching me needs to hear this clearly. God is still faithful even in hard seasons. And Philippians 4 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. Notice what the scripture says. It says, bring everything to God, not just spiritual things, but everything. And that includes financial pressure too. And some people, they pray about everything else, but never honestly bring their own burdens before God. And today, I need you to understand that God cares about what's weighing you down. He cares about your stress, your responsibility, your pressure, your fear. And honestly, and one reason financial pressure becomes so dangerous is because it makes people begin to make panic decisions. Pressure makes people desperate. In desperation, it makes people emotional. And emotional decisions create bigger problems. And that's why you cannot let pressure disconnect you from wisdom. Some people under financial pressure, they stop praying consistently. They stop trusting God. They stop thinking clearly. They start operating in fear. And fear will make you believe that you are alone. But hear me clearly. God did not stop being God because life got difficult. And one thing I've learned about God is this. Sometimes he allows pressure to teach us dependence because when everything is comfortable, people they often rely on themselves. Be honest, but pressure it reveals where your trust really is. Do you trust God only when things are easy? Or do you trust Him when things don't make sense? And I know somebody watching this feels exhausted. You're tired of trying to hold everything together, tired of acting okay, tired of carrying pressure silently. But Jesus said, "Come unto me." I know you guys hear me say this scripture all the time. All ye that are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I want you guys to notice something powerful. Jesus did not say, "Come to me when you figure it out." He said, "Come heavy, come tired, come burdened, come overwhelmed." And honestly, some people watching me have allowed financial pressure to steal their peace. But peace does not come from having a perfect bank account. Peace comes from knowing God is still in control, no matter what the situation looks like. And let me say this, trusting God financially does not mean doing nothing. Faith requires wisdom, faith requires action. Budgeting matters, discipline matters, stewardship matters, planning matters, and some people pray for financial breakthrough while consistently mismanaging what they have. I know that hurt. Just stay with me. God blesses stewardship. And one thing financial pressure teaches is the importance of priority because sometimes pressure reveals what we really value the most, what controls us, what we depend on. And honestly, I think one reason many people feel hopeless financially is because society teaches people to attach identity with money. We got to break that today. So when money gets low, people feel worthless. But your value was never connected to your bank account. Your value comes from and is connected to God. And hear me clearly, this season, the season that we're in now, right, will not last forever. And that's some good news for anybody. The pressure is real, but so is God. The stress is real, but so is God. The uncertainty is real, but so is God. And if God fed Elijah by ravens, if God provided oil for the widow, if God multiplied fish and bread, then God is still able to provide today. And maybe God brought you to this video to remind you not to quit, not to lose hope, not to let pressure make you give up because God sees you even in this season, even under pressure, even when you feel overlooked. And if this message blessed you, put it in the comments, share it with 5 people, let them know that God did not forget about them, that God sees them. And remember, keep showing up because I believe that when you show up, God shows up with you. God bless you and may heaven smile upon you.